There have been an unprecedented number of countries and international organisations taking part in these very far-reaching discussions over the previous 6 days here in The Hague at the International Court of Justice. One of the most recent countries to make a very strongly worded oral statement has been Turkey. And joining us now is the Deputy Foreign Minister of Turkey, Ahmet, Yildiz, who joins us. Thank you so much for your time, Minister. If you could start by outlining in very brief terms what Turkey's argument was as you made your oral submission.
Yeah, our arguments are mainly, first, illegality of this prolonged, deliberately prolonged occupation. Second, the escalation of the practices by Israel and by settlers in the Palestinian territories. And also prior to the 7th of October. And now also the unhindered flow of humanitarian assistance to Gaza. And fourthly, fourth one is the importance of preserving the status quo in the city of Jerusalem and respecting the sanctity of the Muslim and Christian holy sites in Jerusalem, which recently is being violated frequently by Israeli politicians, by Israeli settlers, upon the cause by Israeli leadership, unfortunately.
You spoke at length during your submission about Israel changing the demography of the Palestinian territories. Can you talk us through that and why that is an issue that the International Court needs to adjudicate?
Of course, International Court should touch upon this issue on its advisory opinion, because it is a matter of essence. Israel, while prolonging the occupation, tries to change the demography of the Palestinian territories, sometimes by illegal settlements, sometimes by forcible migration of the Palestinians, sometimes by demolishing their houses, confiscating their properties. So the ill intention is clear there. That's why it should be part of the advisory opinion. That's why we touched upon this in a very comprehensive way. The other speakers also touched upon this. Yeah.
Indeed. You mentioned other speakers. The US, the UK, Russia and Hungary have asked the court to not issue an advisory opinion. They think it will be detrimental to negotiating a ceasefire. What does Turkey make of that stance?
It is a shocking argument to me, because this issue came to here due to attitude of some of these states in the Security Council. If they had allowed the Security Council to play its role in solving this problem, in condemning the illegal occupation, it wouldn't be here. That's why peace-loving states had brought the issue to the General Assembly, and General Assembly asked the court for an advisory opinion. In my opinion, it is a very legitimate, and I think it is a must on these conditions, because due to this occupation and the blockade on Gaza for decades, now we are witnessing this tragedy and massacres in Gaza, indiscriminate attacks, and keeping people deprived of basic needs. It is unbelievable in this age. That's why I discard these arguments. All diplomats, I think,
You also said in your statements to the court that this whole situation could have been avoided if international law was upheld right from the root cause. Talk us through that.
Yes, indeed. When I said that, I gave foundations for this, mainly the Security Council resolutions, in which these states are members, and they voted for these resolutions on the illegality of the occupation, especially on the illegality of the violations against holy places, on illegality of the changing the status quo in Jerusalem. That's why the legal foundation is clear that, unfortunately, 4 or 5 years ago, some superpower leaders deviated from this path and made a big disservice to the war peace. And in the region, we are suffering from this, but mainly Palestinian people suffering from this. For us and for indeed for all people, international community, the legal situation is clear there. And their arguments are, I think, short-sighted and deviate from the resolutions they voted for.
Deputy Foreign Minister of Turkey, Ahmet Yildiz, we really appreciate, we appreciate your time here on TRT World. Thank you so much for joining us. It is expected that the court could take at least 6 months to make its non-legally binding advisory opinion.